Howdy y'all, it's Russell back from Gwinnett Lawns in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. This is the 9th day it is raining. I started doing the installation of the equipment defender racks yesterday, and that video is not done yet because it's raining and I can't finish the racks. So I have something else right here the UPS man brought, and we're just going to get right to it. You saw from the thumb title probably already. This is the grass flap. Oh, I forgot, today is February the 23rd. And this is the 2018 Wright 36i standard mower. And we're going to be putting the grass flap on the mower. Let's don't talk too much, let's just do this. First thing I'm going to do is we're going to take this large zip tie off, and I'm going to remove this flap right here. It's the first time that's ever been down since it left the factory. All right, 1/2 inch. I chose to get the no drill kit because I don't want to drill through the deck. All right, so you take this bracket. There's a 1/2 moon on this side, and that's the side that goes up. You take these 2 angle brackets. There's also a 1/2 moon right here. That points towards the front. You just put, there's 4 bolts, they're identical, and 4 nuts. You take 2 of the bolts and the nuts and just put it in there loosely. Then you place this here, and you're pinching this piece right here, okay? Then you take the other nut and bolt and put it through this side, okay? This bracket is on one side, and this is pinching with this bracket, just like that. Very easy. Exactly the way the instructions say. No guesswork. Now I'm just going to tighten these down with a wrench. All right, take the grass flap and this arm right here. This is the spring mount. There's a bolt. Remove this bolt. As soon as you remove this bolt, slide this arm up, and then there's a hole that the bolt just came out of. It's in the arm, put it back through. Alright, so I decided to do this first. So I took the cable right here, I took this nut loose, and then pulled the nut and the boot forward. There's a slot right here with a hole in it. Put the cable down like that. Put the jam nut back. And then slide the boot back over the end. Alright, so I just have this laid up here loose. I've got the cable here. Now there's this little tiny bushing. It's a little, looks like a little brass bushing that goes in this hole. You just put it right in there. Then there is one of these pens. There's 2 different sizes in this little package. And just take the pen and line everything up. Okay, it goes right through like that. And then we'll take a cotter pin and put in the hole. Let's see which one's which. So the cotter pin will go in the hole like that. But I'm going to wait to put, well, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just so it doesn't fall out. I'm going to bend it just a little bit. Okay. Now what I have to do is I have to decide where the cable's going to route. So let me figure that out, and then I'll show you guys what I'm going to do. All right, let me show you what I did. So I put the spring on. Okay, it just goes right here. Just stretch it on, and I've got the cable on. Now, before I was telling you that I was going to figure out the cable routing, and everything I've seen on YouTube has people either drilling through the deck and then through the frame to run the cable, and I'm like, no, why don't we route it around the other side of the machine so I don't have to drill anything? So that's what I did. I ran it around the top of the deck, and let me let you see on the back. This removable cover right here has a slot that's perfect for that cable to go through. It doesn't bind. Okay, when it's bolted down, I'm going to bolt the pedal right here, and it won't interfere with anything. No holes were drilled. I saw one person had drilled through this and through the frame. I'm not doing all that drilling. And the cable is not going to bind at all when this goes up and down. Okay, it's away from everything, and I didn't have to drill any holes. So I snug these down. This plastic piece goes in between there, and then it's held on with screws. I'm going to do that because I can't do it and hold the camera, but this basically just goes like that. And I have the arm right here adjusted so that it does not hit to the knob. I can still get the knob off. Okay, I just did it so it's got about a 1/4 inch of clearance. The cable's got a really gentle curve to it, and that works out perfect, and nothing hits, and there's no drilling. So let me get that attached, and then I'll show you guys what I'm doing after that. Okay, so this right here was a little bit of a pain. But on this mower, I had to enlarge. There's a slot right here, and these bolts don't quite fit in there, so I had to enlarge it just a little bit. But I just took a nut and just bolted this down, and I just had to bolt it down to this one area. So now it's perfectly fine. And okay, now I haven't adjusted the cable yet, but as you can see, the cable is still routed nicely all the way around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of some hose right here on the end to protect it. It's a little trick I use in automotive. So I'm going to go ahead and put the camera back on the tripod here. We're going to install the plastic block-off plate next. The hardest part is routing or figuring out where to route the cable. And if you have this mower, just do it exactly like I did. It takes all the guesswork out. There's no drilling. All right, so get the headlight on here. So what we need to do is you're supposed to align this plastic piece with the bottom of the deck and allow this to overhang about 1/2 inch. And then if you want later, you can round it off. But there are 6, well there's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 holes, and we have 8 of these little, these are called T-nuts. And we're going to drill 1/4 inch holes in here and put these in the back side, and then we've got some screws and we'll put those in. So let me go get the drill and put a 1/4 inch bit on there. Haven't figured this out now. I can probably do this in about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. So I'm hoping that if you have the same mower, that's not 1/4 inch. You know what? A 1/4 inch bit ain't dead. There's 1/4. Okay. Like I said, the other videos on YouTube, they drill later, cable, drill. I'm just going to drill into the frame of the mower and have it stay really thick. Alright, so line this up. Got my overhang. Let me just make sure it's not behind. Alright, so I'm going to be careful when I'm drilling. Back what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill here first, because it's right on the back side, and then we'll drill this with the flap up. Okay, so just like that. I'm going to hold this. Let me just double check. Okay, hold this tight, and just drill. Okay, now I've got that first hole drilled. I'm going to take this nut. Put that right there. Insert it there. And this is just so I don't have to strangle it. Okay. Now, put this back. Line everything back up. Okay. Now, no pressure on this. And go there. Okay, take these nuts. Alright, so this takes a Phillips screwdriver. I'll grab that. So I have to get this. There's no need. Okay, there. Alright, perfect. Alright, so that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and drill the rest of these. Plastic in there. Good. Okay, one more left. Okay, there. Alright, so. Alright, so I've got the cables adjusted, and anywhere where the cable was touching any part of the mower, I took some 5/16 fuel line and 2 zip ties and put that over as a little shield there, right there, and where is it? Well, it's too dark to see it, but it's down there next to the bolt. And the cable was, or the piece of fuel line is too thick to go through this hole, so I'm going to have to get some thinner, maybe a small piece of vacuum line that's not much bigger than the diameter. But I've got plenty of room. Okay, pedal goes up. So all the way down, and then just hit it again. And if you want to just barely step on it, you can hold it open and shut it. The only other thing that you could do is round these corners off, which I may do later, but I didn't use this strip right here. Okay, what I'm going to do, because this hits that, I'm going to take some automotive weather strip, just a thin piece, and put right there. And I'm going to also put a piece right there, which will seal right here. But I have it's got a really nice tight seal anyway. There's like a 1/16 of an inch. But I'll just do that so it won't, when it goes down, it won't bang against the plastic. But anyway, sorry if this video was too long, but I wanted to really help somebody if they got this same mower. And probably any of the Wright standards are going to be the same as far as routing, if you don't want to have to drill into it. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully here in the next week I've got a lot of work to do. I've got a bunch of cleanups, and I hope to at least do some time lapses of those if I can. But it's going to be, I don't know, maybe a week or two before, maybe 3 weeks before we start mowing. So I will do a lot of mowing videos, which I know people like to see. And if you guys want to see anything else specifically, just let me know in the comments, and I will see you on the next video.